The Success Factor Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Autumn Joi Live Show, cultivating a growth mindset, empowering communities through STEM, wellness, and holistic development. Soulful Catering is a proud sponsor of the Autumn Joi Live Show, putting the soul back in food.
It's the Autumn Joi Live Show. Autumn Joi Live. It's the Autumn Joi Live Show. Autumn Joi Live. It's the Autumn Joi Live Show. Autumn Joi Live. It's the Autumn Joi Live Show. Autumn Joi Live. What's your favorite TV show? Autumn Joi Live. What's your favorite TV show? Autumn Joi Live.
Yay! Wow! Hello, Live Squad. Okay, so if I look a little extra glowy today, it's because God has been busy showing out in my life, y'all. Now, let me run it down real quick. So first up, your girl is officially an author. Yes! My children's book, Joy on the Radio, debuted at #1 on Amazon's new releases. #1, baby. I mean, that is not easy to do. Parents, I'm warning you now. Your kids are about to be like, Mommy, I want Joy on the radio on my bookshelf. That's what I'm talking about. Now, speaking of #1s, Lit 106 just celebrated our first birthday, 1 whole year of being the most streamed urban radio station on all streaming platforms. We're still breaking records. We're still in your cars, in your earbuds, in your kitchens, basically everywhere but your group chat, and we just might pop up there too, so stay tuned. But y'all, I haven't just been sitting behind a mic. I've been working on my captain's license. Yes, Captain Joi Live now loading. I told y'all, I don't just want to ride the yachts, I want to drive them. So when you see me pulling up, just know I earned that steering wheel. And on top of all of that, I just picked up the keys to my brand new place. Yes, a new chapter, a fresh start. Now, I won't lie, change can be scary, y'all, but I know one thing for sure. When you're walking with God, He got the plan, and I'm just along for the ride. So yeah, it's been books, boats, and brand new beginnings in my world, but don't move a muscle because next up, everybody's favorite guilty pleasure, the Hollywood Crunch. And child, these headlines today, they are too good to miss. Stay tuned.
Focus. Try harder. These things are a lot easier to say than, I think my child needs support. More than 6 million kids in the U.S. have ADHD. Many aren't getting the support they need. Your child wants to thrive. Be the reason they do.
When my kids started falling behind at school, I didn't know what to do. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark. Then I found Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering people with learning and thinking differences like ADHD and dyslexia. They gave us hope, guidance, and tools to move forward. No matter where you are on your path, Understood can help. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
All right, welcome back. It is now time for your Hollywood Crunch. You know how we do it. We grab the headlines, we sprinkle a little sass, and we serve it up piping hot, baby. And today's menu, sex, money, and babies. Ooh, that's a trifecta. Now let's get into it. So apparently, America is officially in a sex recession. Yes, you heard me. Love is on layaway. Now, back in the 90s, over half of adults were getting it in at least once a week. Now, just 37%, child. That's not a recession, that's a drought, okay? Now, experts blame everything from stress to social media. And listen, between Netflix, TikTok, and work emails, the only thing people are plugging into is their phone charger. See what I did there? Now, get into this. 1 in 4 young adults haven't had sex in the past year. Wow. That's not celibacy. That's what you call unpaid overtime. Moral of the story, if your relationship feels like it's buffering, don't worry. Half the country is on a sex pause too. Now let's talk about some shmoney because the economy is acting real funny. Unemployment for Black women is at 6.7%. Y'all, that's the highest it's been since 2021. And I'm not talking part-time hustle. I mean, can't find a job levels. Now the reasons? Cuts in healthcare, government jobs, and companies just quietly backing out of DEI hires like they promised. Now, translation, Black women are carrying the world on our backs, but when it comes to paychecks, we're the first ones on the chopping block. Now, let me be clear. When Black women can't find work, household struggles, community struggles, the whole system wobbles. So if America wants to flex, it better start investing back into the backbone that's been holding it together since day one. And finally, let's lighten it up with some baby news. Cardi B is pregnant, y'all, with baby number 4. And this one's with her NFL star boo and DMV native, Stephon Diggs. Now, sis dropped the news with Gayle King, and baby is due before her tour kicks off in February. So she's dropping a baby, an album, and a tour all at once. Cardi said, "Am I the drama? Yes, ma'am, you the drama, the mama, and the main event." She already has 3 little ones with Offset. So this blended family is about to need a fleet of nannies and a group chat with his own zip code, okay? But hey, if anybody can handle Pampers, press runs, and playoff schedules, it's Cardi B. So there you have it. America's bedrooms are quiet. Black women were still fighting for our JOBs, and Cardi B is proving she's the ultimate multitasker. That's today's Hollywood Crunch. Stick around because up next, we're talking all things fashion with the founders of the Abide in Fashion show, Gayla. We'll be right back. Yay!
Possibilities are all around us. We see potential in unexpected places. And when we share our knowledge, vision, and connections, we turn great ideas into action. Together, we can make real change happen. We're Rotary. We are people of action. Get involved today at rotary.org/action.
All right, welcome back. Joining me now are 2 dynamic women who are shaking up the fashion industry in Jesus' name. Please welcome Natasha Lampkin and Grace Adiyami. Come on out, ladies. Hi, Grace.
Hi.
So good to see you. Hello. Hi, Natasha. Yes, dress. Come on. Have a seat, ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. First of all, thank you both so much for gracing my couch. We haven't had beauty in here in a while, so it feels good to have some beauty sitting on my couch. But let's get started because the Abide in Fashion show, Gayla, is coming up. So I want to start with you, Natasha, because you are the CEO and founder of the faith-based luxury brand Tashi Incorporated. So talk about starting a brand that's faith-based in an industry, let's just say that could be the exact opposite of faith, if you will.
I know. So I will give you a little bit of my background, why I started Tashi Inc. And it started from my conviction of immodesty while I was working professionally as a model. It was during the highest peak of my career. I was feeling very empty. And I started to do some soul searching. And that's when I had this conviction of immodesty. I'm like, okay, I no longer wanted to dress like this. I didn't want to compromise my beliefs anymore. And my gigs started to dissipate. It did, because you know the fashion industry is all about sex sells. That's when I pivoted. I left the model industry and landed a job in marketing, in the fashion industry, marketing. And that's when God gave me the epiphany that I needed to start my own brand that promoted modesty in fashion and the Christian faith. And I'm like, God, how am I going to do this? Because I'm a contemporary designer. Okay, so I know a lot of Christian brands that I saw back then, they only had graphic tees and the logo, the graphics. And I'm like, that's not really me. I'm a ready-to-wear designer. And that's when God showed me, we'll show you how you can market your brand with your faith and fashion. And he did. I answered the call. And there goes Tashi Inc.
I love that. And it's so funny that you touched on the modesty piece because I feel like as I'm getting older, I think I do want to cover up a little bit more, Like maybe I don't need to show so much cleavage or so much of my legs, if you will, So I definitely understand wanting to pivot, kind of get away from that. So Grace, let's talk about, you're the CEO of Abide Fashion 316, that's an up and coming line. So talk about your love for, as well as with Natasha, wanting to start a line that's faith-based and really reflects your fashion and your own personal beliefs.
Yes, so I am a firm believer. I love God and I also love creativity. And so for me, this is just a beautiful collaboration of those two things. I actually was a mentee of Natasha's Purification Mentorship Program that her brand had hosted, and I had been under her wing with that a lot. And I definitely wanted my brand to represent elegance, but also strength. Because like Natasha said, there are a lot of brands that do have casual wear, but I wanted something where the wear of my clothing could have elegance and also a sense of strength. Where they're ambassadors for the kingdom of God, they're reflecting light, they're reflecting goodness on this earth, because we do need that. And then they're also reflecting strength of standing on what you believe and being someone who helps others when they're in need and being a strength. So I definitely think that elegance and strength is a really core theme of my brand, Abide Fashion 316, which launches at our gala. Actually.
Oh, well, okay then. Well, that's the perfect segue because the gala is coming up. You know, shout out to both of you because you've been working very diligently and very hard. And y'all, it is happening at the Museum of the Bible. I mean, that is that's a huge deal. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fashion show coming up in Gayla.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Yes. So, okay, how that came about, a little story here. I don't know if you have time, but it started off a few years ago when I first visited the Museum of the Bible. I had a few friends that told me, Natasha, I can see you doing a fashion show here. And I'm like, okay, if the opportunity presented itself, then why not? Okay, fine. And then last year, my brother, he's a professional actor, he was invited to an event at the Museum of the Bible, and I was his +1. And he told me the same thing. And I'm like, okay, this is what, the third time I've heard this? And so now, early this year, Grace, she contacted me because she kept feeling in her spirit an unction from God to contact me to see if I ever felt the need to do a fashion show at the Museum of the Bible. And that's when I was like, okay, let me just bring this to God. And that's when he confirmed to me to do a fashion show at the Museum of the Bible. And when we contacted them, they stated, the national sales director stated that they usually receive a lot of inquiries like this, and they declined those inquiries, but it was something about my brand and the fashion show gala proposal, they felt inclined to really allow us to do the show there.
Oh, that was God right there.
Yeah, that was God.
Hello.
Definitely
Okay.
ordained. So this is all God, even like the whole process is God, okay? And we can just tell you a little bit more about the gala as far as like what it entails, because we're calling it a revival in fashion. We're trying to change the whole trajectory of fashion in general. There's so much going on, and I feel like people are needing and seeking more. Right, so we're going to have 12 designers.
I was just going to segue that because I love that. So you're going to have 12 designers, and they're going to be their fashion is going to be inspired by stories out of the Bible and scriptures and all of that.
Yes, and the 12 designers are symbolic of the 12 disciples of Jesus Christ.
Okay.
So everything's intentional. Right. Yeah, and even with the altar call we're going to have instead of an after party.
I love that part.
That right there was
saved, baby. No twerking up in here, okay?
So yeah, that was, everything is intentional about the event, the live performances, you name it.
Yeah, and it's happening, the Abide in Fashion Show Gala is happening October 12th at the Museum of the Bible. Doors open at 5:45. Show starts right at 8 p.m., correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and you guys are going to be going for some hours. Shout out to Lit 106's very own DJ Ant. He's going to be in the building providing all of the good Christian jams, okay? But if people want to buy tickets, where can they purchase?
They can go to our website, www.aifgala.com. Again, www.aifgala.com. And you do not want to miss the mocktail hour. I think we can say this. We have a special live performance from Nathaniel Davis Jr.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's going to perform during the mocktail hour special, so do not miss that, guys, okay?
Okay. I know, Grace, I know you're ready, Grace, girl.
Exactly, and that's the only time that we're going to serve food and beverages.
Okay. Well, again, shout out to social media. Where can my live squad contact you all again?
You can contact us at info@tashieinc.com, TASHEEINC.com. You can follow us at Tashi Inc., TASHEEINC.
Awesome. Well, Natasha and Grace, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And I'm really excited. I can't wait. I'm going to be there. I'm going, okay? All right, y'all, don't go away because our conversation about fashion is just getting started. We'll be right back. Yay!
can finish the podcast after she finishes her laps.
My fantasy team isn't as important as his cannonball.
Drowning is the #1 cause of death in children ages 1 to 4. 88% of children who drown are under some form of adult supervision. A friendly reminder from the YMCA that your eyes can save lives. Visit phonesdowneyesup.org to take the water safety pledge today.
Why is just a starting line, for the true self blooms only when we find our purpose. What makes us tick? Below the surface. My why is diversity and unity, a safe space in my community. Living with sincerity, giving every day my everything. With my why, I stand strong, seen and supported all along. For some, their why is a summer under stars, memories and moments, connections near and far. Why is the before work hustle, an after school home, a section of my block, a corner to call my own. Our reason why is united, undivided, seeking understanding. Here, a handshake is a promise. All our hearts are dancing. Laughing is our song. It's kinship, friendship, tide rising with the ship. It's a million faces in a mirror, and everyone belongs. Find your why for a better us.
All right, welcome back. Joining me on the Couch Dax is no stranger to all things fashion because he is the founder of DC Fashion Week. Live Squad, please welcome Ean Williams. Woo! Well, hello, handsome.
Hello.
Welcome. Have a seat, buddy. You're going to blend in right with the couch. Look at you. Ian, welcome. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and hang out with me here.
It's a pleasure and honor to be here with you, Autumn.
Absolutely. So let's keep talking about fashion because, hello. Wait, who are you wearing? What are you wearing? Like, what's this look?
See, they say I'm bragging when I do that.
No, I want to know, though.
Well, I do high and low.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, shoes are Dolce & Gabbana, pen Yves Saint Laurent, suit, believe it or not, Express. I was in Atlanta visiting one of my sons. And I went in, I saw this, because I was going somewhere and I didn't bring a suit. I packed like a little bag.
Yeah.
And I went in there and I got it it was ready like $300. I got it for like $90.
Oh, we love a good deal, okay? That's what I'm talking about. But let's get into it because DC Fashion Week, it's coming September 26th through the 28th.
Yes.
But let's go back to the beginning. Let's go way back to when you were, dreaming up this concept of DC actually having a fashion week. Because when people think of DC, they don't think we really have fashion.
Right.
And I beg to differ.
And that used to be a common notion, but now we think we've definitely changed the face of that. DC has been recognized as one of the best places for fashion creatives. We have great support from our mayor by celebrating the whole month of September as 202 Creates. We have a lot of different activations with fashion, but 22 years ago, there wasn't. I just did a private show. I felt really good about it, had big sponsors and everything, but afterwards, like, nobody was talking about it. We didn't have press there, and so there has to be a way for designers to get the word out there without being inside of a major department store.
Right.
And that's when I heard about New York Fashion Week. And when I shared with some of their producers what I wanted to do, I wanted to just duplicate the show I had. It was 6 figures. And I'll say someone has to be in the same pair of shoes that I am that want to do a 20-minute fashion show and not spend 6 figures to do it. So we created the nonprofit. We reached out to the different embassies to get designers from all over the world to come in and showcase. And because we're the nation's capital, the geography works in our favor.
Yeah.
So we have access to like over 170 different countries.
Yeah.
And they love to come here and celebrate fashion with DC.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. So when you think of fashion, when you think of, the DC again being a hub for being the nation's capital with fashion, if you will, what comes to mind? Like, who are some of the people that molded your fashion growing up?
Well, I'm definitely, as our theme this season is vintage couture. I just really love how designers and people dressed in the 50s and 60s. I got my first real inspiration from watching I Love Lucy and seeing Ricky Ricardo in the smoking jackets. But here's one thing, a common economical fact. Every major fashion retail brand has a retail presence in DC. So whatever brand you're looking for, if it's a major brand, they're here. And they wouldn't be successful if there wasn't a buying public for it. So because we're a government city, we see how people are dressed for government. And that doesn't, they're not really shaking it up. A lot of them are not.
Right.
However, we have a very vibrant nightlife. We have a huge arts community, and there are lots of opportunities for people to express themselves in fashion.
Yeah, I never thought about that. We do have every major designer.
Everything you want to do, and you can horseback ride, you can boat, you can ski. I mean, you can do everything you want. Basketball, football, soccer, every major sport. We have it all.
Yeah, I love being from here. I really do.
Yeah.
So let's talk about DC Fashion Week. It's going down September 26th through the 28th. The 26th, you have your DC Fashion Week party. That's going down at St. Eve's. Then the 27th, you got your 43rd Emerging Designers Showcase at the National Housing Center. And then the 28th, you got your 43rd International Couture Collections. So let's talk about the whole weekend.
Okay, so our Fashion Industry Networking Party for 21 and up, it's a way for people who aren't really connected with fashion to get connected with fashion. Or you just want to be in a room full of beautiful people. So we invite makeup artists, models, designers, agency representatives, photographers, journalists, lawyers who have to do patent and trademark, or just somebody just simply just be in a room full of beautiful people. It's a lot of fun. We give you a sneak preview of the models that are featured in Fashion Week this season. We have 115, and all representing all parts of the world. So super exciting. And again, that's on the 26th. On Saturday is our Emerging Designer Showcase. This is designers that are showing new trends. They're fashion forward, and they're really exciting to see. And the majority of them are based right here in DC. And then we close it out with our finale International Couture Show. Designers representing different parts of the country around the world. Of course, all the countries around the world.
We knew what you meant.
And it's just great to see them all come together. So it's fantastic. I'm super excited about it. And you say, how can you be super excited when you've done it 42 times? They just bring new energy each and every time. It never gets old. It's a great time to be in DC, and it's a great time to be in fashion.
Yes, it is. Well, shout out where we can get tickets, where we can get more details. Is there a website? All of the things.
Yes, so our website is dcfashionweek.org. On social media, we are the official DC Fashion Week. If you want to see some of my behind-the-scenes antics, I'm Mr. DC Fashion Week on Instagram.
Yes, all right, you all. My friend Ean Williams. All right, don't go away, because coming up next, we got a pastor that's going to bless us. We'll be right back.
Vision loss is not something that you feel until it happens.
Most people lose their vision from diseases like macular degeneration and glaucoma, not at birth.
With macular degeneration, you lose your central vision.
You have a blind spot right in the center of your face, so I can't actually see your face.
So even that little circle in which I could see became a big blur.
I was 65 when I first was diagnosed with glaucoma.
There were no symptoms. I had no headaches.
3 million Americans have glaucoma, and half don't even know it.
11 million people in the United States have macular degeneration.
You lose mobility, independence, changes your entire life.
So many eye disorders can be treated if caught early.
My husband tells me that I have beautiful brown eyes, and I don't want to lose that.
Make a plan today to get your eyes checked.
Visit brightfocus.org to learn more.
All right, welcome back. Joining me now on the couch is a powerful man of God. Please welcome Pastor William Granberry. Hello. Oh, all right. We can go that way. It's okay.
Go anyway.
It's okay.
So grateful for you.
Hello.
So appreciative of you being
Of course.
having me here.
Absolutely. Have a seat, my friend.
How y'all doing?
Everybody's doing great. I am so excited to chat with you. I have never had the opportunity to talk to a pastor before he starts his church. And I often wonder, how did they start? Whatever happened? You just kind of get into it and they're 15 years in, but you're getting ready to start.
I'm getting ready to start going head first and really believing that this is the reason why I was born.
Yeah.
I truly believe that great people are born at the time where they are needed the most.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's take it back, because it takes a lot to tell yourself that I'm going to remove myself from the ways of the world, if you will, and I'm going to follow Christ.
Yeah.
That's a bold move.
Yeah.
So what was your pivot? What was your turning point when you decided that was your path?
Hey, I subscribe to this understanding that where there's no burden, there's no vision. Sometimes God has to break us in order to make us so that we can be a blessing to others. And so for me, a pivotal point, amen. No, so I was in high school. I started preaching very early. My parents were teenagers when they had me in Chicago, and navigating in some uncertainties. I got kicked out of school. I had a 12 on my ACT. I had a 2.4 GPA. Ooh. Hey, don't judge me. Don't judge me out here.
12. That's what you get for writing your name.
Literally, like my life was like plummeting, and it was through real like confrontation where I saw myself becoming another statistic, where I gained a connection with God, and Jesus really transformed my life and brought me to a place where through miraculous intervention, I got into Howard University.
Wow,
And so coming to Howard, it shifted me. The DMV cultivated me. It gave me a passion for people and community. And overall, I'm not just subscribing to being a preacher or pastor. That's a name and a title. But my heart is to just be an ambassador for Jesus. That's really what it boils down to.
Yeah, wow. Congratulations. I mean, this is not a small deal.
Not at all.
This is a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, so much so that opening up a church means people actually believe in what you're preaching and what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
So gaining that following to follow you is not a small thing.
Not at all. It's not at all, because it really requires you, one, to be authentic.
Right.
And so not to be perfect, not to exemplify anything that you don't live. But for me, honestly, it provides for me fulfillment.
Yeah.
And I think that fulfillment that I live in is what I provoke in others to say, hey, the days of existing are over. But that you really need to tap into the frequency to which you were created for, and to understand that you are more than just an employee.
Yeah.
There's so much to your life than just working an 8-to-5 job, that the moment you discover the reason why you were born, your life can not only be impactful to you, but it can be such an impact to so many others.
Yeah, well, it's coming up. September 28th is
September
the big day.
the 28th.
Revolution Revival Church.
Absolutely.
I mean, hello. I mean, so what can we expect? Because I don't even think you're preaching, right?
I'm not even preaching.
Why?
Because, I've been in this area for 20 years. Since going to Howard, I was a youth and young adult pastor at Greater Mount Calvary. Shout out to Bishop Owens. And I really had worked throughout this area where I really pushed forth with youth ministry. And I felt that I wanted to reintroduce myself from a standardized point. And I'll be talking, I'll be kind of providing engagement, but the goal is not a installation. It's more of experience considering the climate that we were in.
Yeah.
So I didn't want it to be about me.
Yeah.
I wanted to focus on when the National Guards are roaming the streets, when we just had the brother hung by whoever that they haven't taught. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And navigating with the racial uncertainties, the economic issues.
Yeah.
I just wanted to have a hub where people can have faith-filled connection with God and community. So
all right.
I'm excited.
Me too. Well, Pastor Will, where can my Live Squad grab details? Is it a brick and mortar location?
So we are in process. We are brick and mortar. We're calling it a hybrid.
Okay.
So we're starting online. You can follow us at Revolution Revival Church on Instagram. But certainly on that day, we'll be broadcasting our actual brick and mortar. So we trust in God. We are starting from the ground up.
Hey.
We're starting with one person at a time. Each one bring one.
Yeah.
And I am trusting God because I believe with all of the amazing guests that you had on your show, that God is needed everywhere.
Everywhere.
And so as people like you show up and others show up in fashion and politics, all we're doing is gathering the remnant to deputize us to our rightful place in the kingdom so that we can be clear that God is bigger than the government.
Well, you know what? I'm going to drop mic, close out the show with that right there. Wow. Thank you so much,
so grateful for you,
Pastor Will.
Thank you.
And of course, I want to thank all of my other guests, Ean Williams, Grace Adeyame, and Natasha Lampkin. Thank you so much for coming on the show. And of course, thank you to my Live Squad. For tickets to the next show, make sure you visit autumnjoy.com/tickets. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.